a lot has happened. There was no reason to believe that trying to conceive this baby was going to be any different than the last 3.
What is that?
1-9.
Looks negative, but there is a slight faint line. We're gonna test tomorrow. Huh?
Are they both the same thing?
No, this one's digital and this one's just a line.
No, we want the digital.
Do you think that was...
It says pregnant or not pregnant. I don't think it was.
You don't think that was a real line?
No. How long does this one take?
I don't know. The box is over there. It's gonna take however long it takes to pop up. It's gonna say pregnant or not pregnant. I'm dipping it. It goes.
Is it saying anything?
It's just doing that.
That little...
I'll just watch it, I guess.
Okay. What?
That's why I was saying it doesn't matter how long it takes because it's gonna be done when it's done.
Oh, okay. How many days before your thing or whatever it's called?
I think I'm cycle day 26. My app says I'm 30 days. 30-day cycle. 3, we're at 3. Blinky dots. 4, we're at 4. This is going fast.
Uh-oh.
I told you! Oh my god! Oh no! I told you that was a real one! I told you. Oh gosh. I'm excited.
I am too.
I'm pregnant.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna do this one.
Wow.
I just like to see that the line is darker today than it was yesterday.
Oh, but you didn't take this one yesterday.
No, but it'll be... Wow, that's crazy. You know.
Is it already showing up a positive on there?
No. Yeah, this one... I honestly had the biggest feeling that that was not a false positive yesterday or an evab line. But still, this, I don't know if you can see it. It's gonna be blurry. This is still super, super light. You can barely see it, just like yesterday's. Just a little bit concerning, but you know, it definitely could just be because I'm early. So I'm probably going to be getting more pregnancy tests just so I can see the line getting darker, just to make myself feel better. But yeah, it's exciting. Like, this is our last baby. The Emerson and this one's gonna be like exactly 2 years apart. That's crazy. I'm so excited, obviously nervous to have 4 kids, but I'm excited, mostly excited. I think anytime anyone is pregnant, there's always this reserved excitement because you want everything to be okay, you want it to be stress-free. So yeah, welcome. Alright, so we got a positive pregnancy test at the beginning of January. I think that was January 10th. And it is now January 29th. Since then, a lot has happened. I waited about a week to call the doctor to make an appointment. I was really optimistic. We've had 3 extremely healthy babies since my history, which if you're new here or you don't know, I experienced a ectopic pregnancy in 2015. My right tube was completely destroyed during that. They tried to save it, so it was just in there, but it was not usable. Like, there was no way for me to conceive through that tube. And we found that out during an HSG test in 2016, where we also found out my left tube was just naturally blocked. No reason. I don't have any medical conditions that would give me any reason to think that my tubes would be blocked. They just were, or at least my left one was just completely blocked. The dye does not go through. So then I had a surgery to open that tube up. And ever since then, we've just had successful pregnancies. We tried for 2 cycles with my oldest, got pregnant, everything went great. We were not trying for our second baby, we just weren't preventing. But I only had 1 cycle between my delivery with my first child and getting pregnant with my second. And then when we decided we were ready for our third baby, it only took 1 cycle of trying. So this whole time I've just assumed that, you know, my right side was just there, couldn't harm me, but couldn't help me get pregnant. And my left side was just good to go. You know, there was no reason to believe that trying to conceive this baby was going to be any different than the last 3. So I didn't make an appointment right away. The last 3, I've been very diligent about getting in with the doctor, getting blood tests, making sure we got an early ultrasound, just because I was worried about having another ectopic. So I waited, but I started having abdominal pain when I was using the bathroom. I would have abdominal pain, just somebody pressing my belly. If the kids like sat on it too hard or just even a little bit, it was pretty painful. And of course that just threw up some red flags, but I assured myself over and over that maybe maybe this is normal for other people and I just haven't experienced it. And it got to the point where there was one night I couldn't sleep. I was so uncomfortable. So finally I did call in to make an appointment, and I told the nurse on the phone before they scheduled me, because I knew I wanted to talk to a nurse, what was going on. And she said, yeah, cramps are normal. As long as you have no vaginal bleeding, it should be completely fine. So I kept telling myself, yes, okay, this is fine, it's normal. I went in on January 21st to get my first blood draw, and then called in on the 24th because again I was having abdominal pain, and that was the morning of the night where I couldn't sleep, and I really wanted assurance that it was going to be fine, that it was normal. And then she said, well, have you come in for your second blood draw? I said, well, no, I didn't know I was supposed to. So she's like, we'll get you in today. So Bill decided to go with me. So he just was going to sit in the car, and I decided I was going to ask to talk to a doctor. So I signed in, checked in with the front desk, and I just said, you know, I'm sure I'm being paranoid, but I really want to talk to a doctor because I'm having abdominal pain and it's just not normal for me. So they got me on the doctor's schedule, and I'm explaining all my symptoms to the nurse. And I don't know if it was just me reading into her, or if it just really didn't feel like they were overly concerned about what I was saying. It was like, yeah, you know, well, that's normal, but we'll get the doctor in here to talk to you. And after I talked to the nurse for a little bit, she left. She said, we'll have the doctor come right in. Well, the doctor didn't even come in. An ultrasound technician came in and said, we're going to get you on the schedule. So they sent me back out into the waiting room. We waited a little bit. Bill was able to come up and sit with me, and they got us back to the ultrasound, which the doctor not coming in to see me was my first clue of like, okay, maybe they are taking this seriously. So we went back, and they did an ultrasound, and I've done several ultrasounds at this point, and I think I was 5.5 weeks pregnant, I knew that something should have, you know, shown up right away as soon as they put it in there, and there was nothing. Still holding our breath. We were just hoping like maybe it was hiding somewhere. After a few minutes, we could see something right there on the screen with a heartbeat, and Bill was like, yeah, there it is. But I knew, I said, is that in my uterus? The woman paused for like 3 seconds, and it was the longest 3 seconds I've ever felt. She said, no, it's not. So I knew right away that it was ectopic. She said it's in my right side, which is the problematic side that I had before. That's where my previous ectopic was. And so of course we were both devastated, and I had to go into surgery that night to remove it. And we discussed with the doctor of just, you know, take the tube out. Obviously it's a problem. We don't want this to happen anymore. And I obviously don't want to even chance having another ectopic. So I go into surgery, it goes well. But what my doctor found, or the surgeon, I've never met this person before, but she was really nice. What she found after she removed my tube was that not only was my tube not even attached to my uterus, it was just floating there, but my ovary was bleeding, and she found that that is where the egg implanted, was on my ovary. So she had to completely remove the ovary from my right side as well. No baby, not pregnant, and I do not have a right fallopian tube or a right ovary anymore. We're obviously still emotionally healing from this. I think that the scariest part for us is that this whole time that could have happened, and we just assumed that that tube was so bad that nothing was going to be able to even get through to meet up to fertilize. So we just assumed that it was bad. There was no conception possible with my right side. We never even considered the fact that it could be a danger for another ectopic, and it's just crazy the way that it happened. So when we think about that, how lucky we are that all the other times we've conceived that this hasn't happened over the last 5 years is really crazy to think about. It gives me kind of the goosebumps. Yeah, that's where we are. We got pregnant. I was pregnant for about 14 days, or I knew that I was pregnant for 14 days. And now I'm not. And I don't know where we're gonna go from here. I am so scared to get pregnant again. It's almost just petrifying to think about it happening again. If we were to have another ectopic on my left side and have to remove that tube or that ovary, I would go into early menopause. I mean, I would have all those hormones would be out the window at 35. I do want to show you a little bit of my surgery incisions, because I don't want anybody to think I'm just making this stuff up. It's very real. I'm about 6 days post-op. So there's a little bruising. So if you're squeamish at all, you don't have to watch this part. All right, so like I said, I'm about 6 days post-op. A lot of my swelling has gone down, but as you can see, I'm starting to bruise. This is let me see if you can see this is the smallest incision. It's a laparoscopic, so obviously, like, they're not very big openings, but they go through your belly button, and this one's the worst one, and then over here. I know it's gross, but let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I literally know 0 other people who have had ectopics, so if you've had one, give me a comment. Let me know what your experience is. I'm gonna make a video comparing my 2 experiences, kind of just to share that, you know, everything that you read online or what they expect you to experience with an ectopic is not exactly so. At least that's not what it was for me. So I do want to share about both experiences and kind of educate anyone who's trying to get pregnant on the signs, the symptoms, and just to be aware that this could even happen. Before this happened to me, I was not even aware that this was a thing that could happen to somebody. So anyway, that is all. And I'll keep you updated on how I'm healing, but that'll be all for now. Thanks for watching.